As part of National Apprenticeship Week, we're doing things a little bit differently this year at Hartlepool College of Further Education due to the restrictions of COVID-19. We're interviewing a lot of employers, apprentices and ex-apprentices along the way, and you'll also hear some stories from heads of school. But today we've got a current apprentice with us, so I'll let introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Eden MGlen. I'm 21 and I'm from Unipres UK Limited. I'm an Engineering Maintenance Apprentice.
When did you start your apprenticeship, Eden?
I started my apprenticeship in September of 2018, I think. 2018. I've been here 3.5 years now.
Okay, great. Were there any other apprentices that started with you?
Yeah, there was 15 of us when we started. There still is 15 of us now.
Are there any other apprentices within the organisation as well as the 15 in your cohort?
Yeah, there's a year above me, a year below me with the similar numbers. There is production apprentices, new model apprentices, quality apprentices. Throughout the whole company, there's different departments with different apprentices.
Great stuff. How did you find the vacancy first?
Well, when I left school, I did a pre-apprenticeship training program, and basically I wanted to figure out if I wanted to do this apprenticeship first. So I did a pre-apprenticeship, which was 3 days a week in level 2 engineering technologies. So I completed that, and at the end it was sort of like a college type apprenticeship. So at the end we had like job applications and we had to apply for certain jobs, and I just found out about this place because we'd done a work experience through my pre-apprenticeship training program. So I applied when the time came.
So are you suggesting that you decided you wanted to find out if it was right for you before you applied for an apprenticeship in this kind of role?
Yeah, so when I left school, my school didn't really offer any engineering classes or anything like that, so I wanted to make sure it was definitely what I wanted to do, because I did have an idea that I wanted to do it through speaking to like other people that did it, but I wasn't quite sure what it entailed until I completed my pre-apprenticeship program.
Okay. How did you come about spotting the vacancy for Unipres? Was it word of mouth? Was it advertised anywhere?
Well, when we did our pre-apprenticeship program, we did a work experience in Unipres for a week where we did our industrial cadets, and basically I found out about like when they sort of released their like maintenance apprenticeship dates, like when they would be taking on apprentices. So I applied, I think it was around the February or March time, to start in the next September, because the application process was quite a long one.
So when you applied in the March-April time, what was the process right the way through from your first application to being offered the job, thankfully?
So basically there's only 15 positions, and I think there was, I remember, about 500 maybe applicants. So obviously they can't interview 500, so to narrow it down, we've done like a mechanical reasoning paper test, and then I think we've done like a basic maths and English test. And once you've passed all them, that quite filtered it out, maybe like half of them or something. Then we've done like a group task to see how well you could work within a group. And then obviously that filtered it down a bit, and then they interviewed about 50 maybe, and then that narrowed it down again. So we went through like the paper tests, then the group interviews, and then we done like an interview, but just before the interview we had like a hands-on skills test that we had to complete, which also narrowed it down a bit. So it just meant by the time we got to the interview process, there wasn't that many people, or Rob to interview himself.
So where did all of that take place? Did that take place on the plant at Unipres?
Yeah, well, at the time, we had the training academy over at the Washington Business Centre, so the mechanical reasoning paper tests and the maths and English took place over there, but the group tests, the practical mechanical test and interviews and the medical were all on the plant, like in the plant.
Great. Seems like a pretty intense process that only the best of the best sort of achieving.
Yeah, it was quite a long process. That's why I think they start recruiting so early, so maybe about February time, I think they put the advert out. And I think it's open for about a month, maybe 2 months, and then.
Great. So, knowing what you know now, and being in the third year of your apprenticeship, would you recommend an apprenticeship to others?
Definitely, I think it's a great way to learn because you get the practical hands-on skills as well as theory skills, and basically you can earn while you learn. You're getting all of your qualifications, you still have a bit of money to go out and do what you want to do. You're learning how to socialise with people that you wouldn't usually. I think it's the best route. I chose it because I thought it was the best route for me.
Great stuff. Oh well, really appreciate your time, Eden. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.